Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear us?
We're waiting for you to answer back.
Hello.
So we can hear you. Happy 4th of July. It's offline.
Okay, everybody, you are here. All right, good deal. Wow, comments are coming in quick.
Okay, I'm old and I don't do this very fast. I have, hobbit fingers, so I'll try to keep up.
First of all, to all the my American viewers, families, and friends, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Please make sure it's a safe one. Remember, your animals don't like fireworks.
Hug them, keep them locked up.
Anybody like our new backdrop?
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's just. I had slow mode turned on. I don't know what happened.
Matthew Robinson, this is what happens when you let an operator have too much technical stuff. You are correct. You guys missed a little bit of a minor meltdown. I can't get it to work. I can't get it to work. And if you heard any of our conversations, I do apologize. Does anyone have questions that you would like to start out with? This is moving so fast, my phone won't keep up, but I'll try to help him watch the computer screen. I'm Mrs. Pratt. I'm the tow wife out of the Tow Wife Life duo.
I had slow mode turned on, and I don't know why it isn't turned on now. We were trying. Once it's up, I'm not quite sure how to slow it down.
Are we guys married? Yes, we just actually celebrated 30 years. Someone just asked that. And we mostly still like each other. I mean, about 95% of the time. But yes, we are married very happily.
Are we on call? Yes, we're on call today. This is a nonstop job, 24/7, 365.
He has been working last night in the rain and waiting some and doing some impounds this morning. So it's been busy. The phones ring off the hook. Hardest job he's ever done?
Hardest job? Oh, the hardest jobs for me are the emotional jobs, not necessarily the technical jobs, but the ones where I have to deal with the fatalities, especially dealing with children. Those are the ones that are toughest for me.
Are you the only one that does the Scott City Police Department?
No. There are other people that do, that are on call with Scott City PD. We have a rotation, so it's fair to everybody. Let's see, what are some of the other comments?
They're coming so fast. I'm sorry. Please bear with us. The scariest job. What's been your scariest job, Josiah? What has been your scariest job, do you think?
What was my scariest job? Oh my. Had several of them when it was an active police scene and they were searching for suspects, and we were there to pick up the vehicle and they still hadn't found the suspect, especially around woods or a field or anything. Suspect could be anywhere and they're armed, and we're there picking up the vehicle. Those are kind of scary.
Somebody wanted to know, and I don't remember who it was, who would win a fight between Talon or Ethan. Talon would probably say Ethan, because the big 6'2", 240, 250, size 14, Ethan loves to pick Talon up physically and swing him around. So I would think Talon would agree that probably Ethan, but neither of them are fighters. So they have a lot of fun doing that, though. They're good brother-in-laws to one another. Over 500 watching so far. Welcome.
Someone said tap on chat.
It should stop or slow.
It doesn't give me that option.
I can answer Danelle. I believe that's what's your favorite tow truck? Of course, the Rotator is his favorite tow truck. That's the other woman in his life. So We kind of share custody of Mr. Pratt.
Yeah, there's an older TV show regarding the towing and recovery industry out of Chicago, and the name of one of their rotators was the Mistress, because it was the other woman in the life.
How's your father doing? Mr. Bill Pratt is doing well. He's been involved in a few of the towing opportunities lately. They just got back from a vacation and are getting ready to go again. So he's doing well. Do we have children? Somebody asked that. Yes. I have about 250 children a year at school. Most of them call me mom, and I enjoy that. We have 2 of our own and 1 that we call our own. So we have Stephen, who is going to be 40. He's probably going to be upset with me for saying that. Ethan will be 16 this month, and our beautiful daughter, Lauren, who is married to Talent. So we have 3 children.
Had several people ask how long I've been towing. The business was actually started in 1985 by my parents. I was young then, but I still was working. I was in my teens. I started driving when I was 18. So I've been towing for over 30 years. Been in the industry for over 30 years doing the towing and recovery. Lots of training, lots of certifications, lots of hard-earned experience.
Jessica McKenzie, have you ever gotten hurt? I can tell you that, yes, many times. He had some teeth knocked out when he was on the side of the road. A wood block that a truck jack, is that right, was propped on. A big tractor trailer went by, and it came out and hit him in the mouth. And when we got to ER to meet him, he had his teeth in his pocket. So he's kind of a tough guy. But yeah, he's been hurt. He's broken some bones, fallen, lots of broken things and surgeries and repairs. But he looks pretty good for the wear.
It's a dangerous job. There's no doubt. And the videos can't show the true danger that we face all the time. It's constant danger. And I know I have some people that try to pick apart some of the videos and say, well, why are you next to the cables? Why are you this? Why are you that? That's just intrinsic part of the job. We have to be in dangerous situations. We don't have a choice. I mean, we do everything as safely as possible, but the job can't be done without placing ourselves in danger at times. We just have to do it as safely as possible.
Dragon Ford 350, what's the biggest issue or problem you have with the rotator? Can I answer that one?
Sure.
Number 1, that you don't have another one.
Yeah, there you go.
And number 2, the remote control. Yeah. Sometimes that blitzes out. Yeah.
On that note, though, Miller Industries has been absolutely wonderful. Anytime we've had an issue with the electronics, and that's the only real issues that we've had is with the electronics on it. And we were concerned about that when we bought it with the Raptor control systems. But when it is functioning, it is absolutely amazing. We haven't had any problems with it now in probably 2 years. But when we did have issues with it, of course, our unit is number 9 off the line. So it was one of the early model Rotator 1150s with the Raptor controls. And the Raptor controls were fairly new. So they were getting, still in the learning curve. But Miller has taken care of us every time. They have gone out of their way to overnight everything and walk us through the repairs or send somebody up to do the repairs. They've been absolutely wonderful.
Rayman 61, thanks for all the videos. I enjoy them. You used to run a record back in the 90s. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you. And thank you for the service that you did for your community.
Yep. I was running record back in the 90s as well. Mom Pratt here probably remembers one of my first official training classes was the first Mother's Day that we should have shared together. Yeah. I went to Springfield, Missouri. Lauren had just been born. It was 94, Mother's Day of 94, Rec Master training in Springfield, Missouri with Mr. Donnie Cruz, the man himself. Yeah, she won't ever let me live that one down.
Oh, it's okay. When we brought Lauren home from the hospital, I wasn't allowed to lift anything for a while. And so there was an ice storm. And she was maybe 2 weeks old. And I remember sitting in a rocking chair and nobody could even get to the shop. They just kind of stayed there. So I was also dispatching. Business was much smaller then, but I was also dispatching, holding our little newborn, thinking bad thoughts about the weather and the job. I have since come to be much more patient with the job. It takes a lot out of him. It is a family commitment for sure, but it does support our home. And Ron and Talon and all the guys that work at the shop, and Bill and Linda who started this, they rescue people in need. So that's worth it.
We've got a lot of good questions here, guys, and they're going through so quick. I'm having trouble keeping up with all of them. Somebody asked if the chains were expensive. Yes, they're extremely expensive. Most of them are overhead rated, especially on the Rotator. Let's see, Ernest Murray, how do you balance work life with a 24/7 job? Well, we grew up living with it. That's just, it's part of our life. We don't know any different.
You learn.
You learn how to live with it.
When you marry into it, you learn, and you have to be very patient. And Lauren and Talon, thankfully, Lauren, was born into that.
Brady K, love your videos and your Rotator. How much are you legally allowed to tow, both weight and length? Okay, that's a complicated question, but I'll do the best I can to answer quickly. In the state of Missouri, we are allowed to tow anything, regardless of height, weight, length, on a first hook basis. On a second hook basis, you have to follow the rules of FMSCR, standard trucking industry regulations for weight, length, height, restrictions, everything. We have to go across the scales, especially when we go out of state. We have to be legal, axle weights, but everything.
Garrett Hamilton. I'm sorry.
But in the state of Missouri, basically, we can hook anything and we're okay because we're considered emergency vehicles. Garrett Hamilton, love the vids, man. Keep it up. Thank you.
Hey, Troy Logan, thank you. Thanks for being here and watching.
Landau and semi-truck coming this year. I would love to. I don't know. We would really, really love to have a Landau or a super stretch. There's a lot of things in the works that we're considering. I just can't give out much yet because we don't know exactly what we're going to do yet. There's a lot of things that we can do. We're just waiting to see how the business goes. There's actually some legislation that just got passed in Missouri, which may change the way we do business here. Unfortunately, some people have gotten involved that probably shouldn't, in my opinion, and it looks like they're going to start trying to regulate. They say they're not, but they're going to start setting pricing. That usually is their goal whenever they start getting this legislation passed through the state of Missouri. And unfortunately, if they start setting the pricing, you're no longer in a free enterprise system, and our whole industry may change here in the state of Missouri. We've seen it in other states like Tennessee, where they regulate the rates of towing and recoveries. Personally, I don't agree. I think it should be a free enterprise system. That's what America was based on, free enterprise.
Anderson Elias, and I'm not going to attempt that. Send a hug to the people of Brazil's Winch. Okay.
Hello, everybody from Brazil. People from all over the world. We are so blessed. We have so many viewers and fans from all over the world. I've made friends with a lot of people from America, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Scotland, Australia, Brazil, Mexico. I mean, I've got friends from all over the place.
AXG, the pepper powder and sauce. Our son is addicted. Anything hot sauce, he has probably, I don't know, a collection of, what would you say, 30? Half our refrigerator is hot sauce.
Our son loves hot sauce.
Yeah, on everything. It doesn't matter what, just on a spoon, So thank you for sending that. I did want to say really quickly, lots of folks send Ron gifts and items and things. And although he doesn't always get to say thank you on the air or show those things. He receives every letter, every card, every gesture, and is very grateful to all of you for thinking of him and for us. Several have sent, family things too, so we do appreciate that very much.
Let's see. Is the Rotator a 10-speed or a 13? Actually, Joseph Hulbert, it is an 18-speed. Thin line enforcer, I just put at God, just removed him from the comments section. Can't comment. So
Wireless backup cameras.
So far, the wireless cameras that I've put in are doing quite well. I've got some videos in the works that you'll be able to see the video camera, the backup camera in the rollback. We haven't actually been camping since I did the video on the camper.
But they work better than the one in my Suburban.
Yeah, the cameras work really well.
They're really good.
We're very pleased. Has the Rotator ever broken down on a job? It hasn't completely broken down. I have had issues with the let's see, house lock, which actually keeps the boom from rotating. And I didn't realize it at the time, but one of the little air cylinders had broken, and I couldn't get the boom to rotate to one direction that I needed to go. So I had to take it all the way around 360 degrees to get it past that lock. It locks both directions. And one of the, that was, I guess, the biggest problem I've had with it, other than sometimes remote losing connection, but that's easy enough to fix.
Alexander Lammers, I hope I pronounced that right. Happy Independence Day and greetings from Scotland.
Hello,
if I could only hear you talk. I love the Scottish accent.
We just flew to New York, and there's one of the TSA agents that is from Scotland.
Yeah, we just wanted to stand there and hear her talk. The siren, somebody just wanted to know. I'm sorry.
Which siren?
The Q siren, I believe, hasn't been installed in the wrecker yet.
Okay, someone sent me an authentic Q siren. Well, it's not a Federal Q. It's a different brand, but it's basically the same thing. Off of a 1949 Cadillac ambulance. The siren works, but the brake didn't. So I've got the parts. I've got the brake fixed. My son Ethan actually sanded it down, painted it. We've got it ready to install on the Rotator. We're just having trouble finding a place to put it so that the sound isn't dampened or it doesn't interfere with the steering or other functions of the truck. We're hoping to have that on there and up and running really, really soon.
James
to the
King
top,
Lion, can you show your oil change of the truck? No, but he can show you how to change the oil in a Suburban that's overdue.
I can't show a lot of videos of the shop unless it's working on our own equipment. We can't show videos of working on other people's. To the top, Crane is here. Howdy, bud. How are you today? Wanted puppy. How did you get into that field? I grew up in it. Like I said, my parents started the business in 1985, and I really fell in love with the recovery aspect of it. That was just something that I was good at. I have a knack for it. Hello, Jimmy from To the Top Crane. As always, glad to have you here. Happy Independence Day.
Somebody wanted to know how to get one of the hats with the embroidered Rotator on it. You can go to the business website and order those.
Yep. If you go to basically midwesttruck.net and click on the merchandise tab, and you can order the hats. Those are all through the shop. I don't make anything off those. Those are the hats, shirts, and everything. That's for the shop. But that's fine. I mean, it's great. It's advertising.
Jake Jones, have you towed a police, sheriff, highway patrol a lot? A lot. Yes, he does.
What was that? Yeah.
Have you towed a police car, a highway patrol car?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Dan posted a link for the merchandise there. Dan's one of my moderators. He's one of the friends that we've made through YouTube and Facebook. So is Ray, another one of the moderators on here.
So what are we going to do for the 4th? Well, this is a big big thing here. I don't like to be on camera, and so
No, she doesn't.
I avoided at all costs. Fly just did a photo bomb
flyby.
here. We are going to actually go to my mom's and just have some burgers and broths and spend the day with her, the evening with her, and a friend of ours. So we're just going to kind of take it easy and enjoy some relaxing time. Hopefully, if the phone doesn't ring off the hook.
Okay, Jimmy, I just made you a moderator if you want to from To the Top Crane.
Do you tow any military equipment, Joseph Hoke?
Occasionally, not frequently, but occasionally, yes.
Where does your wife work? Everything we get gaming. I work at our local public high school. I've been there for 20 years now.
Adrian Martin, your haircut is awesome. Thank you. Normally I cut my own. I actually had this
with the dog clippers.
Had it cut by somebody else for the first time in probably 10 years or so. And it does look a lot better than when I do it myself.
Sport Clips. Shout out to Sport Clips. Are you on call? Yes, he's on call 24/7, 365, unless he sweet talks Talon or Mike into taking it if we go on vacation.
Yeah, I've actually got Tom out on a job. Mike's out on a job right now. I did a job late last night. Strange job. Had another storm. We've been hit by storm after storm here. Had a pickup truck that got struck by lightning going down the road during the middle of a storm. It lost all power, went into the opposing lane of traffic. The oncoming vehicle didn't see it until it was too late. Rather than hit the pickup that got struck by the lightning, she took the ditch and landed in about 3 foot of water with 2 kids in the car. So the trooper, and there will be a video of this later, but the trooper had to go swimming to get the kids out of the car, and I had to go swimming to rescue the car. So thankfully,
he was disgusting when he got home.
Yeah, I was pretty much a mess when I got back. Billy Coffer, God bless, thank you as well. I don't know where Crane, Missouri is, though. That's a new one. I'll have to look at that.
Arizona Trail Junkie is the most professional. Whoops. Sorry.
Thin Line Enforcer. Have I ever considered getting a rumbler for the Mastercom B? I've had a lot of requests for me to get a rumbler. I had never actually heard one until we made a recent trip to New York City, and they used them up there all the time. And we've actually heard and felt them a lot, and it seemed to do quite well. Around here, I don't know if there would be that much use for it or not, but it's something I'd definitely be interested in trying. I think that Q is going to make a lot of difference. Let's see. Neon Homer.
It's cool.
Neon Homer. I've had my hat and shirt for a while now. Hat hangs over my desk in my ham shack, and I wear the shirt quite often. I run into people who recognize it and say they watch your channel too. Happy 4th to you and yours.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I run into people all the time who say, "Hey, you're Ron Pratt." I'm like, I'm not used to that. Okay. I'm just a guy from Missouri that does towing and recovery for a living. I have for 30 plus years, and to be recognized, even in New York, when we were in New York, it's like, "Hey, aren't you Ron Pratt?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, I'm just a person. I put on my pants one leg at a time, as they say, just like everybody else.
It's very odd when you come from a small town. We both grew up here, both went to school here, our families are here. And when you have people from all over just dying to meet him, or they stop at the shop and they want to talk to him in Talon, or they recognize it is bizarre. It's something we would have never anticipated had it not been for God's plan rather than our plan, because I'm a terribly introverted person. As everyone probably already knows by now, but
I don't mind. I can talk to anybody.
Yep.
Ian Woodfield, good question. How many times have you had to call a tow truck for yourself? I cannot count the amount of times. Tow trucks do get stuck. While trying to help other people out, tow trucks do break down. If it's mechanical, it's going to break down. It happens. I can't give you an answer. It has happened a lot. It does happen, and it will continue to happen. As long as it's mechanical, it's going to have a failure. Jimmy, yes, we're still up for dinner. Just let me know when.
Travis Stanford, email the shop and request that, and they'll see what they can do about the shirt.
With Tiny, have a happy 4th, Pratt. Keep up the great work. Remember, folks, slow down and move over. Yes, slow down and move over is a huge push for me. It's on every one of my videos. It's extremely important. Most all, if not all, of the 50 United States that I'm aware of have some kind of slow down, move over law. And a good portion of those include towing recovery vehicles in that law. So please try to slow down or move over, or slow down and move over if at all possible. It could save somebody's life. James Moore, I drove a wrecker for 32 years, disabled now. I can understand that. It's a tough job.
Do it to you.
I hope you weren't injured in the line of work, but that's, my gosh, the comments are coming so fast. It's just
Thank you
unreal.
all for
Thank
being
you guys.
interested and spending the 4th with us.
Chad Gant, do you have any blooper videos or videos you guys just being silly?
I have been after them to do that because they do all kinds of silly, goofy things. You know, from singing. I have one little story to tell you. It's of course not on video, and I'm sure the insurance company would not be pleased with this. But
then don't tell.
If you remember Tim the Tool Man, you know, from that show where they would do the little band with the grinders and stuff. Well, this guy here decides he's going to be silly and it's doing the grinder and he's singing, and the next thing you know, his shirt's on fire. So he has a special place in his heart for Tim the Toolman Taylor. I am pushing for a blooper video because there are some doozies that would be fun for everybody to watch. So.
But yeah, the blooper video, we've had a lot of ideas. I'm not good with videos where we actually set up and plan something, because nothing ever seems to work out right. I always just, I'm better at winging it, you know, doing things as they come along, and I talk to the audience and explain what I'm doing. So for me, having to do something that's set up just sometimes just doesn't feel right. But we're going to see what we can do. We do have fun on the job from time to time.
Someone said, I bet Ron is incredibly funny. Yes. You know, you see a lot of the serious side of him, but he is a big kid, very goofy.
No.
Yeah. Not when the videos are on usually, but yeah.
Let's see.
Adrian Martin, any chance of you coming to the UK, England for vacation? Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Ron doesn't get very much vacation. Usually a week a year is about all he can squeeze out. We would love to. We love to travel, except when the airline lost our luggage and it was a big fiasco. But other than that, yes, we love to travel. We'd love to do that someday.
Yeah, I'll get back to that in a minute. But Jimmy from To the Top Crane says he's a big kid too. Actually, I've got a video planned to release later today where our son is gone right now. He went with a friend to for a mini vacation, and we shot off our fireworks on Monday. And during that video, I make a comment about I'm a big kid too. I enjoy fireworks just as much as the kids do. So I can relate with that, Jimmy. All right, let's see. What were we talking about prior?
You could do videos of people playing pranks on each other too. That's my department. I'm silent but deadly. I can plan a lot. Absolutely.
I will probably slaughter this name. I'm sorry, Brendan.
Hemminghouse.
Herminghouse. Hey, Ron, I am new to the towing and recovery field. What do you recommend to have, even if the trucks have the tools needed? Quite honestly, the most important tool that you have is right up here, your brain. Get trained, educated, learn everything you can. The best tool that you can have in your toolbox is your brain to try to problem solve. That's my honest answer. There's no one perfect tool that's going to do everything.
Bug spray. Bug spray. And something to light you up like an alien. Yeah.
I've got the little guardian angels all over me and the halo on my hard hat and the high vis. And I went out on that job last night where I had to rescue the car out of the 3 foot of water. And she said, "Be sure to wear your halo." As I'm walking out the door. "Yes, dear. Yes, dear."
Even though he was down in 3 foot of water and he wasn't on the side of the road, at night, anything can happen. He could have fallen, he could have been injured, and it would have been difficult to locate him. So anything that will light you up and make you, reflecto man, as I call him, is a good plan.
A lot of people asking about the costs. We don't discuss costs on here because costs vary across the country and from region to region so much. It's impossible to be fair.
It depends on the truck and the job and things like that. So.
I will tell you that we charge by the hour. Everything we do is by the hour from start to finish. And we find that to be the most fair way about it.
Photos by Christensen. The wife is always right. Absolutely. You're probably happily married.
Gordon Farmer. Yeah, I guess you got in here late. Do we have to rescue police vehicles? Oh yeah, all the time. I don't show them on video because we do it as a public service for most of the departments. We work on a lot of police vehicles, fire vehicles, EMS. We have a shop as well, and we do tow a lot of those in. We do repairs on them. Yeah, we're just part of the emergency service community.
Diana F., I love you as my family. We love you too. And
Yes.
We thank you for your continued positive support of this channel and our family as well.
Yeah, Diana is one of them that's been a constant constant with us. And we
Very
really
uplifting.
appreciate. Yep.
Danny Winters, I have a guardian angel in, I love it. And my wife makes sure I don't leave the house without a good woman.
The Guardian Angels, the new one that they came out with, the Guardian Angel Elite. I know I push those a lot, but they are extremely effective. I mean, I've found so many uses for them on top of the road cones, wearing them on my person, putting them on the back of a vehicle when my truck is blocked and they can't see my emergency lights. They come in so handy. Yeah, I know they're pricey at about $100 a piece, but how much is my life worth? I want to get home. And I sing their praises because they work. I mean, they really, really work.
But it's that extra comfort for the tow wives.
Yeah.
Not just tow wives, but police officers, city workers, fire, everything. If you've got to be out at night, it's an amazing option for you.
Garrett Hamilton, thank you very much. A lot of people saying they love the videos. I don't know why the videos have taken off the way they have, but we feel that God has a plan and just took control of this channel a long time ago. We lost control. We gave it over, and it's just gone crazy, and we love it. Very, very blessed.
Well, it was Ethan's idea.
Yeah. Many years ago. Matthew Ritchie, yes, unfortunately, I've seen it way too many times as well. Matthew Ritchie apparently is in the flagging industry and sees them run through the construction zones all the time. We see it all the time. It's bad. It's very dangerous out there.
Chad just bought a hat and 3 shirts and 2 vinyl stickers and a bracelet too. Thank you.
Cool.
Advertise. Keep them busy.
Todd Dog 51 Barnett. Hello, Ron and wife. As a retired and disabled mechanical contractor, the care and skill you show on your videos makes me very happy to watch. Continue your good work, and God bless. Thank you, and God bless you too as well. Like I said, it's hard. Let's see, where is the merch shop? MidwestTruck.net/merchandise, or just MidwestTruck.net, and you can find the merchandise tab. It's very easy.
Dwayne, your videos have taken off, Ron, because you produce them very well. You're respectful, professional, and get the job done really well. You also engage the viewers, and you have funny moments. Thank you for watching and supporting him. He works very hard on this. I know that he only will produce 1 or 2 videos a week, but he works a, 50, 60-hour a week job sometimes or more. And then every day he comes home, he changes clothes, he gets into his, comfy clothes, and he's at the computer, working. It's a passion that he has. It's a love that he has, but it's very, very time consuming. It's like he works 2 full-time jobs.
Greg Banks, a very good question from the UK. Do the police decide which vehicle they call you out with? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they will request the Rotator, or sometimes they will request a rollback. We don't always know the situation. We don't have eyes on like they do, and they know our capabilities around here. We've worked and trained very, very close with them, so they know what our capabilities are, and they pretty much know what to call out, what we need. And there's times when, I'll go to a scene first, and if we need more, if it's a major scene, I'll call in extra equipment at the time if we have to. EMT Luke, thanks for joining us. Sorry you had to go.
You had red, white, and blue hats, yes.
We had some red, white, and blue shirts a long time ago, the T-shirts, but something didn't work about them.
Oh, hang on. Dwayne, is that
Where?
Schlender? Is proud I know how hard Ron works. He let me call him late at night last year when I had a rough time, partly due to military stuff, and we talked. He gave me advice. I'll never forget that. He is a very, very kind-hearted man, and he lives by his heart. Not that he's not flawed, because we all are, but he listens to that inner voice and does what he needs to do. I think God puts people in our lives in places where we need them. So I'm glad that was helpful. God bless Dwayne.
Someone asked, is it the bird or the can this year for the fair? Actually, I've got something a little different planned this year. I hope I can get it worked out. I'm still trying to get the logistics of it, but I got something special planned. Of course, we've always got the bus as a backup, because last year we tried the cans, the containers in the air, and nobody really seemed to like it. Everybody wanted the bus. They wanted to know, where's the bus? Where's the bus? Why didn't you bring the bus?
Ethan wanted to swing from the Rotator, but for insurance purposes, we can't do that.
Yeah, so we can't do that.
He was pretty sad about that.
Yeah, someone else here. Your video with the tired Taurus was probably one of the most moving I've ever seen on a recovery video. Mm-hmm. That was a very, very, very special thing to be involved with, and I think I can't speak for my wife, but I think that's kind of when God stepped in on this channel and took over and said, "Hey,
Absolutely.
this is where I want you to go."
Yeah, she was a precious lady and very humble. It was a humbling experience for, I think, everyone who played a part in that.
Chris Dameron, where can I find where they sell the Halo? Illumagear. ILLUMAGEAR. Here, let me try type it out. I can type it out easier.
Things are going by so fast,
Yep.
I'm not sure, but there's been a lot of people on here commenting that they have kept everyone in their prayers, in the Midwest Truck family in their prayers, and all the communities that are affected also by the flooding. So we do appreciate that very much.
Okay, that's not even a valid question.
Yeah,
Denver Police, you're gone. Sorry. Denver Police number 666. That totally inappropriate. This is a family-friendly channel, and for the most part, everybody has been really great about that, and I appreciate it. The Halo is also available on Amazon. Chris Taylor, I didn't know that. I knew you could get it direct from Illumagear, but yeah, it makes sense. Amazon's got just about anything you could want now. Colin, Alex watches Tired Taurus 2 and 3 repeatedly. I think he likes the way the scene is calm and upbeat and helpful. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Lots of younger people watch the channel and really love that. We were approached, or Ron was approached. Not we. He was approached the other day somebody who lives close to us was like, do you have a YouTube channel? Because there's this friend of mine and their son says they're your biggest fan and can they arrange a meeting? And it's so funny. It's just, he becomes this person, this character for younger kids, and you never know who's watching. So that's why, if you're going to be on here and make an inappropriate comment, you're going to be gone. And we moderate all the comments from the channel with all of the videos to make sure that if a child watches it, there's no problem. So we thank you guys for keeping it clean.
Yep. Darn it. I missed where I was going to go. Someone asked a very, very important question.
There's lots of important questions.
They did. And there are, but darn it.
Maybe we'll find it again. Any damage from the storms? The shop sustained some damage. We did not at our home, and none of our family did, thankfully, but we had some tree limbs down and things like that. It's a little scary for a bit.
Yeah, at the shop, we were fortunate. This was one of the worst storms that's ever hit right by the shop while I've been in it, and it was pretty scary, actually. Our business sign got blown down on Tom. I don't know if anybody remembers Tom from some of the videos, but blew our business sign down on top of Tom's personal vehicle. We did have some roof damage over the office, some gutters and stuff that got blown loose. But other than Tom's vehicle and our business sign, those were the two biggest things. The rotator wasn't hurt. We knew the storm was coming, but very, very briefly, it built quick and came fast and hard. I told everybody, put the equipment up now, and we got the rotator in. We got some of the other trucks in, but the Western Star and one of the service trucks was outside still when the storm hit. When the sign came down, one of the panels came off of it and played ping pong between the Western Star and the one of the service trucks. So they got scratch and dings all over them, but nothing that can't be fixed. Nobody was hurt. The building was shaking so bad I was afraid we were all going to have to get in the alignment pit. But we're good. We're good. Anyway, Colin Guthrie was talking about Alex. I would love to have Colin on here sometime and talk about Alex. Alex is a very special little kid. They've done some awesome things with it, and there's a towing company near them that has worked with Alex, and it's an awesome story. Absolutely awesome story. Rob, hi, Phil. Have you done any pro bono jobs?
Every week.
Yeah, a lot. Let's see. Who all operates the Tater? Okay, that leads me to a question that has been lingering. We've had some changes at the shop. A lot of people have asked where Talon is, and Talon is still working for us, but you're not going to see him on the videos as much anymore because he's kind of changed roles. Our shop foreman on the truck side had a massive stroke, and he retired for medical reasons, and Talon has moved into that position. He's moved into office management and isn't able to work out on the road as much as he used to. So he still works the rotator. I was out on a rollback job, and we had a crane truck rolled over the other day, and Talon was working the rotator. They almost had it uprighted by the time I got there. Talon and Dad and one of the other guys from the shop were there. Didn't get a video of it. Wish I could have. It was a material handler truck with 120 foot of stick all the way out the side and rolled over. It was pretty awesome, but Talon did really good on that.
Gordon Farmer, Ron, have you ever had a Make-A-Wish child request? No.
I have not. I have not. Had a lot of cool things happen, but not had that. Is the Western Star ready for a heavier tow than the Rotator? It seems some of the vids have it on the bigger jobs. No, the Western Star and the Rotator can handle towing about the same amounts. It's just that I like to keep the Rotator available for the recoveries, the accidents and recoveries. The Western Star is set up. It can do either or. It can do some of the recovery work too, but we use it for a lot of the heavier towing and keep the Rotator available for working accidents.
I don't know how to pronounce this.
Giga Tiga, maybe?
Maybe.
I appreciate you respect even your non-believing viewers. Yes. I try not to judge anybody. You know, we live our life. I am who I am. You are who you are.
Not our job to push.
Nope, not our.
That went underneath.
Oh,
was
sorry.
That's okay.
Missed it.
Don't know where. There we go. No, where did it go?
Eric Schmidt, my 8-year-old son, does not
Yeah.
miss an episode. Also good to show him how work can get done professionally, unlike here in SA, I'm assuming South Africa.
Again, lots of younger people watching the videos, and Ron works very hard. All the guys do to try and be the best role model that they can. It's real important.
We're all human. We all make mistakes. I do try very, very hard to be a good role model. Colin, telling a little bit of his story. Colin Guthrie. Alex is a special little boy. I met him 4 years ago when he was brought into a children's hospital for major child abuse. He also has primordial dwarfism. He was locked in and then it timed out. We'll see if we can get the rest of the story.
Tough situation.
Yeah, tough situation.
Will you be getting another Rotator, Adrian Martin? That's
Oh,
all
I
he
would
talks about.
love to. I would love to. ArchiCAD, when did you start towing? Did you use a Home 750? Yes, a Home 750 was actually the very first unit that I started with. It was on a 1985 Marmon 57P that Dad and I, primarily Dad, but we built from the ground up, bought the Home 750 body, put a Zac lift underreach on it. We had the very first hydraulic underreach in the area, and worked the old Home 750 for many, many years.
Damon, who owns Midwest Trucking, Ron's mom and dad own it. Ron manages the towing and recovery, and Talon now manages and supervises the repair shop.
Yep. Mom and Dad are still involved.
Mama's the boss.
Papa
Papa wants to retire, and she won't let him.
Do you have a blocker vehicle, or do you plan to get one? Right now, we are using the rollbacks that have the traffic control advisors on them by Phoenix that we put on, and the traffic control advisors seem to work really, really well. We actually, use them quite frequently.
Greg Banks, your video of your talk in church was very moving. God bless you for being so open, so much respect. That was, yeah. For those of you who've never seen that, that was one of the first things that we did. We kind of got talked into that, maybe pushed into that, shoved into that, drug into that, whatever you want to call it. Video we were asked to share our story with one of the local churches.
Yep.
And so if you guys have an interest in that, usually we both repost that in August on the anniversary. So it has to do with overcoming addiction and a lot of struggles that our family's been through, but through the grace of God and lots of prayers and support, we are no longer in that position. So
for anybody that doesn't know what she's talking about, I'm a recovering alcoholic, 20 plus years sober now, by the grace of God. And we were asked to give our testimony at a church, and it's not my video, but we can post a link up for anybody that's interested. It's part of what defined who I am now. So anyway, Phantom Diesel, Ron Pratt, you're awesome.
Yes,
Thank
he
you.
is. I think he is too.
Jack Lynch is the Western Star Vulcan was old.
Is it old? It's old.
It's a 2006 model, but it still works really, really well. It's just a good old workhorse. twin screw, and it has full lockers on the back, and it has high ground clearance, so you can get it off road. It pulls just like a team of mules. It's an excellent piece of machinery. We hate to get rid of it. It's also pre-emissions, as everybody in the trucking or towing and recovery industry knows. Emissions problems are rampant, and that's a pre-emissions truck. So we plan on probably refurbishing it at some point and keeping it. Do I want another rotator? Yes. I won't trade the Western Star for it, though.
How often do you have to replace the cables?
How often do we replace the cables? The cables on the rollbacks probably get the hardest workout. The rotator we've only replaced cables on it once or twice, and that was one of them was the drag winch, and that was because I made a mistake. It wasn't the truck's fault. I wasn't watching, and it ran over a sharp piece of metal and cut through part of the cable.
Stephen Crane, have you ever considered a camera drone for site survey and motor vehicle events? Actually, our son owns, and Ron owns a Mavic Pro, and Ethan will be 16 this month, so he can test to become, I think it's able to actually operate the drone publicly and video. And so that's something that I think will be coming. Of course, Ethan is a full-time student, but the times where he's available, that's something that will be happening hopefully in the future.
Yeah, the drone and the combine video, that was great. And we really want to do some more drone footage. Like I said, we've been waiting. I could take the test to be able to use the drone myself, but I can't run the drone and run the rotator or the jobs myself at the same time. So we're counting on my son to do that.
Maybe I'll learn. I don't know.
Steve Bickle, your video production continues to improve and shows that you work as conscientiously on your work there as your towing and recovery. Thank you for hours of education and entertainment. Thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that.
Blessed Veteran 87. Blessed Veteran 87. Congratulations, y'all. Whoops.
Sorry, I'm trying.
That's okay.
Trying.
That's all right. Congrats, y'all that have battled addiction. It's hard to defend against our demons and still fighting every day. Y'all have a blessed day. Keep fighting. You know, it is worth it. And on the other side of it, you know, I will say this, that people have asked us many, many times. We went through a very, very dark time, and they always ask us, you know, if you had it to do all over again, would you change it? And our answer is
no,
absolutely not.
We would not change it because through those negative experiences, it's our belief that that God used those experiences to mold us into who we are now. And yes, there were some terrible times, but I learned from it. We both did, and grew and became better people on the other side.
If everything was easy, you'd never learn anything,
no.
And things would not necessarily be worthwhile. So every struggle, you know, Ron gets a lot of calls, a lot of contact from people who are struggling with things. And as a counselor, I do as well. But, you know, one of the things that we always tell people is when you struggle, you learn. You learn how not to do things. You learn what works, what doesn't. But we're not always going to be successful all the time. So keep pushing, keep learning, and keep moving forward. So thank you for those comments,
yes.
You know, about that situation. And
as you all know, I'm a man of strong faith, and I'm not ashamed of that. I see here from several people, but Gordon Farmer says that there's reports of possibly a 6.4 magnitude earthquake in California. Oh my gosh, I hope that's not happening, but if it is, obviously we're going to send out prayers for everybody in California that's dealing with that.
We also have a very dear friend who lives there.
Yeah, man. Have we ever posted TV commercials? Yes, we have commercials running locally.
Did you drive a truck? Hated it. You did for a little bit. Hated it. Ron doesn't like to drive. I mean, which is kind of funny. He does short distances. He loves working with the wreckers and towing and recovery and problem solving. But as far as driving long distance, no, that's not for him. So we have a great amount of respect for those who do that. Our son Steve does that. So it's a tough job.
Watching from Italy. Hello. Diana Freeman saying a 7.0 in Los Angeles. Oh my goodness. Let's just take a minute. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody out there. The people, the first responders. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. With that, let's probably cut this short. Because I'm sure there's people in California that need to be doing what they're called to do. So it's almost an hour anyway. We're gonna end this, and sorry to end it on a down note, but this is much more important. There's people in America that are hurting right now, apparently. So we're going to get off here. Send a special prayer to the people in California and all the first responders. As always, thank you for watching, and God bless.
God bless.